Hey everybody, Keith with Beardly Bourbon and Spirits. I have often received the question, how did you learn how to taste and how did you learn how to nose? And really what we have to understand is that we are all different. So my methods may differ from your methods, or what works for you might not work for me, or vice versa. But I've received this question so many times, I want to take a moment or two to walk you all through my process. Whenever I pop a new bottle of whiskey, bourbon, Scotch, Irish, it really doesn't matter what the whiskey is. Every time I pop a new bottle, this is the process that I go through. So we're going to pour the whiskey into a nice nosing glass. The vessel does matter. I guess I'm an old school guy. I've tried many different kinds of glasses. I prefer the Glencairn glass. That's just me. Find a glass that works for you. Also, keep in mind, I've been on this whiskey journey for a long time, so I'm not going to put any water in here. I'm not going to dilute this in any way. The most important thing to remember, folks, when you're going and when you're starting your own journey, do whatever you need to do to make this work for you. If you require an ice cube in here, you should use it. If you require still water to be added to your whiskey to make it bearable for your nose, you should absolutely do so. Okay, with that said, we need to consider a few things. There are different zones in our palate, and every palate is different than the other. We can force growth upon our palate. We can force our palate to become more sophisticated and learn more. The way we do that is by drinking, okay? And when I say the way we do that is by drinking, we need to drink with intent, not the intent to get drunk. We need to drink with the intent to taste what's in the spirit. And part of what you need to do to taste what's in the spirit is to properly smell and nose what's in the spirit. Now, a couple of things we need to do when we're doing this. We need to crack our mouth just slightly when we're going to nose. And we need to understand that not two nostrils are created equally. We have a nostril that's stronger for sweet, and we have a nostril that's stronger for savory. If you don't believe me, give it a good shot and try it. So what we're going to do, we're going to crack the mouth. We're going to go in with both nostrils. That's going to allow us to pull the notes off the nose. By having the mouth open, we're going to allow some of those notes to kind of come through and start to hit the palate. That's going to prep our palate to receive the spirit itself in liquid form. Right there is a little bit of a bread note. Right there I'm getting a slight bit of banana with a hint of cherry. So what do I know? I know that my right nostril is my savory nostril and my left is my fruit or sweet. Now to the palate. When you go to the palate, we don't want to rush the process. We want to get spirits under the tongue, on top of the tongue from front to back, the roof of the mouth, and the insides of our cheeks. And then give it time to develop the notes, okay? We need to let our saliva work. And most importantly, we need to understand that we are never wrong. If you tell me that you taste Dr. Pepper mixed with a cowtail candy, then that's what you taste. You're not wrong. But just keep in mind, the only way to make our palates grow, the only way to get better at this, is to drink, to nose, and to taste with intent. So I hope that was at least a little bit of help. Guys, I appreciate all support. Keith with Beardly Bourbon and Spirits. Until next time, cheers. If you've enjoyed this content, you can find more on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.